If underneath your leadership, you have people convinced that you've done it well and they can do it better, welcome to the game. You just nailed it. You just crushed it. Absolutely. If you have people who are convinced that you're good, but they can be great, that you're smart, but they can be smarter, that's what leadership is. Hello and welcome. This is Brian Delaney with Unlock Potential, where we get together with top experts in their field who have simple, profound advice to help you and I live better lives, to be able to be more fit to serve the people around us and answer that question, the question that nags within all of us: how good can I be and how great can I make it for people around me? The team we all get, we're kind of born into it, and it's our family, right? And so there's always positive and negative attributes to that. There's a lot of things you can learn to do well, and a lot of other things you learn you should never do again, right? So I think the key to building a team, it starts early. Like, all of us had our friend group when we were in high school or grade school. All of us had that team that we were a part of, where we all won together, we all lost together, cried together, celebrated together, all of that. Like, if community just makes life a lot better, right? And that's been researched. Like, strong, healthy community is one of the top leading indicators for happiness, long life, for overall fulfillment, for like every single marker, for healthier families, more successful children, for like every single marker. A strong and supportive community is part of that. Like, why not start designing that as soon as possible, right? And a lot of times we take the default community, those people who live near us. But if you don't want to live there a long time, if you don't want to live there for the rest of your life, it may be time to start building a community where you want to live. Because show me your 4 broke friends, and I'll show you how you're about to be your 5th, right? Like, that's just how it works. I don't know why it works that way, but people, when they're together, they tend to go to the lowest quality decision that any person is willing to make in that group. And they're gonna be dictated by that. It's like, how many times do we have to see on these news reports about, oh, I was just hanging out with them and somehow got drug into this mess? It's like, get out of those areas. Like, stop being around those people. And it's hard. It's hard because those people kind of reflect back to you who you are. You think about those people, you think about those times, you start thinking about places and how you've identified yourself. Well, if you want a re-identification of yourself, carry those people who are reflecting even some. They don't have to reflect the bank account you want, but maybe they reflect the type of husband or wife you want to be, the type of parent that you want to be, the type of son or brother or friend that you want to be. Bring those folks along with you, and those other people, give them time to become one of those people who are in this circle, right? And then start to identify those people that you admire, because it's amazing how you'll start to be challenged by their choices, how you'll start to get into this place where you'll realize, like a mentor of mine, his wife, we walked into the walk-in closet, he was showing me that house that he and his wife are building, and it's gorgeous in this beautiful community. And he was like, for my first anniversary, my wife wanted a handbag, and I bought her this beautiful handbag. She said, no, I can't accept that. Look now. And he opens up his closet, and his wife has all these bagged handbags. They're bags and bags, literally bags and bags to keep them. And she has them lining the whole top shelf. He said, before she didn't know she deserved it, I had to prove it to her over these last years. How powerful is that? Like, who do you hear saying that? I hear the type of people who I want to be around saying that. So a lot of people, that's where they're going to start, and that's where they're going to end. Right? What I say is, build a team of people who you're going to be accountable to, who admire and respect the journey that you're on, no matter how early you're on it, and who want to come up with you and who you owe it to. Corporate America has taught us to be accountable to our boss. I want to teach people, be accountable to your team, to the people who it really matters to, right? How about developing some people who have some accountability because they look to you, they admire you, and you're going to do your best for them? Because if it was just up to somebody else you were trying to impress above you, it doesn't matter as much. But when you have people depending on you to make the right decisions so that they later don't have to let themselves off the hook and can make the right decisions when things are hard, that's where it really starts to count. And that's where you see people just say, oh man, really appreciate you, really value how you do that, and then you can turn that right back on them and say, I really value how you're showing up in this way. And then before they know it, they become a better leader than you are, because eventually they're going to start seeing the holes in your game, and they're going to start seeing how you've done it well, but they can do it better. And if underneath your leadership, you have people convinced that you've done it well and they can do it better, welcome to the game. You just nailed it. You just crushed it. Absolutely. If you have people who are convinced that you're good, but they can be great, that you're smart, but they can be smarter, that's what leadership is. It's not convincing people that you're smart. It's convincing people that they can be smart. It's not convincing people that you're great. It's convincing people that they can be great. If leadership is just to edify that person, that's a different thing. That's like stroking your own ego, putting yourself on a pedestal. And I always tell my people who are on our different teams, I say, only be willing to put me up on the size of pedestal you're willing to watch me fall from. Do not put me up on a pedestal. Do me a favor and let's do this. Let's be shoulder to shoulder instead. I may be a little bit ahead of you in this journey. All that means is it's easier for me to come back, loop back around, and for us to, again, push to this next level. And that's where you get leadership isn't how many people serve you. It's how many people you get to serve with. And that's a privilege and a permission that's given, not a right or an entitlement that you should just demand from your people. That's something you earn, and that's something you keep earning. So thank you all for joining our conversations. We're developing this platform for simple, profound tools and techniques that can help you get the best out of your life and, more importantly, unlock potential. You can find me across all social platforms at The Brian Delaney, and online, come visit us at thebriandelaney.com.